Welcome to the Central Coast for this final match of round 3 of the A-League men's campaign. The Central Coast Mariners taking on Perth Glory. Our two sides in the tunnel with Isuzu Ute tunnel cam and making their way out onto the field already for the Mariners. It's a first time at home after the washout against the Jets 2 weeks ago. They drew away, pegged back at the last minute by an unfortunate Paul Iongo own goal in New Zealand. It finished 2-2 against the Knicks. They're looking for some home cheer and a first win of the campaign. Same goes for Perth Glory, and we'll talk about the Glory news coming up. Let's have a look at the two starting lineups. For Nick Montgomery's Mariners, then, that own goal depriving them of 3 points in Wellington, but it's an unchanged starting 11. The 4-4-2 formation with Iongo up front alongside Jason Cummings. Sammy Silvera, the former Jet, was on the score sheet last weekend as well. Benny Nkolo, 7 goals for him. Nkololo, 7 goals last year for him, continues on the right side. And there were good debuts in the centre of defence for the Nigerian Kelechi John and the Vanuatuan Brian Kaltak last week as well. While for Perth Glory, the big news that has exploded over the last hour or so is that Bruno Fornaroli was not here. We knew that. We heard that he was injured. Fornaroli has come out on Instagram and said very publicly that is not the case. He was 100% raring to go. So all is not well back in the West. The Perth Glory squad that is here, because Fornaroli did not travel, is lining up, they say, in a 4-1-4-1 formation. I expect it's going to be more like a 5 at the back, with Ryan Williams in the right wing-back role and Salim Khalifi on the left, as it was last week. Zach Duncan will be playing in the middle of the park, and up front it's Ben Azubal, the Israeli youth international, who will bear the responsibility for getting the goals. Now, we didn't get it 2 weeks ago, but Matt Simon has hung up the boots after 221 games and 61 goals for the Mariners. There was a teary send-off 2 weeks ago. This one, more the family affair in the dry, and a standing ovation as well, even from a Novocastrian, just about, in Ruben Zatkovic. And the final match of the round is underway. It's 11th versus 12th, but it's early days. The Mariners, of course, have played just one match. For Perth, we don't like to say alarm bells are ringing so early in the season, but 2 defeats. It's 1 win in their last 19 A-League matches for Perth Glory. And now, what's going on with Bruno Fornaroli, Daniel McBreen?
Well, it's an interesting one. Good afternoon, everybody. And, Ruben Zatkovic was in the press this week speaking about needing more mobility up top, and when asked, see the offside flag go up, when asked would there be a possibility that he may need to be out of the squad or the team, he said potentially.
Against the Jets in the 94th minute, as that's a lovely first-time ball for Azubel, who crosses for Colley. It was a clever pass. Now Khalifi just lost his footing at the crucial moment. He's got a good left foot on him, Salim Khalifi. That's a nice pass to the edge of the area with McAneff, the Irishman. Now Oxborough. Back with Latchman. Beavers. Colley controls nicely. Khalifi's in behind them again here, trying to cut inside the area.
He just slipped again, didn't he? That's twice in crucial moments. He just lost his footing.
Colley with McAneff. There's been so much rain. Can't be a hard pitch, surely. Stud's not long enough, perhaps. Williams drives it in. First corner of the match in favour of Perth. Eight minutes gone. Half chances for the moment. Khalifi's ball to the back post. Beavers jumping. McAneff, who scored the penalty that looked like it might be enough, not only for a share of the spoils, but to get Perth back in the contest and to go on with it. What transpired in the end was from a different script. He came charging out, but it's the Mariners happy to sit back and allow Perth to come forward. The cross in. Oh, Beavers did well. The referee was quick on the whistle there.
Yeah, I think Beavers was grabbing the arm or the shirt. Kelechi John, just as the ball was coming in, looking to getting an advantage. We look here, you see there, just pulls just a little tug, which...
In it last week against the Knicks, but he's shown plenty of running there. He is taking off again, the ball out behind him, but it's a lovely first touch, and then it was on the left foot, trying to bend it. He wants that first goal, he wants to make that impact. McInnes dispossessed, but Colley wins it back. Oxborough with a good switch for Khalifi again. Glides past Silvera. Khalifi trying it.
And it's going to take something special to beat Danny Vukovic from that area. Maybe a couple of runners in the box.
Vastly experienced goalkeeper Danny Vukovic, a league winner in Belgium, goalkeeper of the year in 2019 with Genk, playing with NAC Breda the last couple of years. And here Cummings has done well, the cut back for Ayongo all the way through to Sami Silvera, and that's 2-2 for the new signing. The Mariners lead 20 minutes in.
Well, it was all a little scrappy, wasn't it, in the lead-up play? Missed pass, missed touch. But Sam Silvera has found himself in the right spot. As we'll see on the Harvey Norman replay, Jason Cummings does well to win the ball. It just goes behind the Yongo. May have got a shout to leave it. You see Cummings just looks up and just a slight touch. Sammy Silvera positioned perfectly on the edge of the box, steps into it and rifles it into that bottom right-hand corner. And there's nothing Liam Reddy could do about that. 2-2 for Sam Silvera and 1-0 to the Mariners. Undoubtedly a good talent. It's just harnessing that and getting the most out of him. And so far, he has repaid Nick Montgomery 2 goals in 2 games.
He's in that midfield role where there are the likes of the new signing, the 24-year-old Brazilian, Marco Tulio, who could play in there. Harrison Steele as well, as it's been given over. And now Zach Duncan into the area. Good defence from Caltac. They've still got it, Perth. Williams' touch was heavy on the edge of the box. A big switch. A nod down from Rue, from Kololo into the feet of Cummings. Immediately seeing if he couldn't swing that onto the left peg for a shot. Farrell gets the better of Williams. Nisbet. They've done well to hold on to possession there in a tight spot. Now Caltac's ball, back post. Stretching was Rue, and Khalifi did well to stick to him.
Well, he did just enough, didn't he? It was a wonderful ball. Storm Maru had made a great run on that back post. You see there, he just signals and off he goes in behind. Khalifi doesn't get that touch there. You've got both Cummings and Ayongo making runs towards that near post area, and I think Jason Cummings may have been the favourite to get there.
Benny Homer telling us that Bruno Fornaroli deleting his message. I suspect you can't really ever delete something like that, can you?
Well, it's a screenshot for all to see, I'm sure now. It's been sent around.
Here's Williams with Colley. The damage could have been done for Bruno Fornaroli today. As McInnes' cross appeals for a handball off Silvera. Now, if that did hit a hand, it's going to be checked.
Let's have another look here. Oof. Tell you what, his arm's up, isn't it? Let's just have another look there. Now, that arm is raised up by the side of the head from Silvera. You see, he turns his body and his arm goes up, higher. Now, that is a big talking point.
Khalifi again. Lovely first touch, then the dribble past Silvera. Duncan. Katrumbas. Azubel. Wide for Williams, the run from McAneff. Williams into the area. He's still got it, wants it on his right. Gets the better of Farrell, the cross in, Azabel, what a save! But Gio Colley is there to slam home the rebound. 2 minutes before half-time. Perth Glory back on level terms, and they probably deserve it over the last 20 minutes or so.
Well, it was great play from Perth Glory down that right-hand side. Williams twisted and turned, and this is a lovely ball hung up. Harvey Norman replay shows Central Coast Mariners defenders just standing still watching. Azabel, great movement in front of his defender. It's a lovely save from Danny Vukovic, but to no avail. There's Giordano Colley, first to react again, tucks it away, and it's 1-1.
Ayongo. Yet to have a real sighting at goal, Paul Ayongo. Silvera thought about the return pass. Cummings. Farrell making the run. Cummings saw him but decided against it. Kaltak withdrew. Now it's the Mariners' turn to put their foot on the ball, try and be patient, try and manoeuvre this Perth Glory defence around. Ballard. Rue for Silvera. But they've run out of time. As Kelechi John says, we needed to get the ball into the box. It doesn't happen, and we're all square. As the referee blows up for half-time, Sammy Silvera's second in as many matches, giving the Mariners the lead in the 21st minute, and then 2 minutes before the break, rewarding some pressure for the visitors. Perth Glory back on level terms through Gio Colley. Half-time on the coast, and it's 1-1. The second half is underway. These two sides still looking for their first win of the campaign in this final match of the round. A look at the league ladder will tell you that it's not such an unusual thing after 3 rounds of the season. The top 6 have all registered a win this season. In the case of Melbourne City, it's 3. The bottom 6, all without a win so far. The Phoenix, Adelaide, the Raw and Western United joining the Mariners and Glory at the moment, but only one of these two sides can change that statistic over the next 45 minutes. Daniel McBreen.
Well, they certainly come out strong in the second half. Players on the ground everywhere. Cummings on the end of a stern challenge, and Zach Duncan, yeah, just here. I think he just copped the hand to the face as Nkololo was stretching out. Maybe caught one in the eye.
Now, fingers in the eye are
hurts.
incredibly painful.
Yeah, that does hurt. And then Beavers come through strong on Cummings. Well, on the early evidence of the first half, I believe he gets on that ball. He wants to run at players. So you're right, Robbie. The striker should be staying central and leaving him one-on-one. He can do his magic.
Switch of play is a good one for Cummings, and Farrell, well, he didn't play the percentages that time.
I think he was in 2 minds. I don't know whether he thought he might have even been in 3 minds, because it was a great run through the middle that drew the attention of the defence, and he comes at that back post. He just sort of got it stuck under his body, didn't he, and tried to side-foot it in. I think he would have been better to try and open his body up and use his laces.
Foxborough. Oh, that's misread by Nkololo. Khalifi, oh, he's just overcooked it, has he? It's still alive. Colley taking over from Azabel. Williams. Back with McAneff. Duncan. Can't quite get there. Here's McAneff again. Katrumbas. Duncan rides the challenge of Farrell into the area. Azabel on his heels and communication not there. We talk about moves breaking down in the final third, Macca, but that was again the case.
Yeah, well, we spoke about lack of cohesion for the Mariners as they come again, Perth.
And now Colley. Early cross. Oh, it might yet fall. McAneff, as easy as you like. 11 minutes into the second half, and the Glory have come from behind against a lacklustre Mariners, and they lead 2-1, and it's 2-2 for Aaron McAneff now.
Well, it's a calamity in defence for Central Coast Mariners. The Harvey Norman replay shows ball there, really. They could have sorted it out. And as it was looked to be cleared, comes back up a Mariners player. Just there, Max Ballard in the way. It was easy enough for McAneff just to take a step around Danny Vukovic. Puts it into the empty net. And if the first goal was poor defending from the Mariners, well, that's taken the cake.
Ballard looking to get to the breakdown. Bodnar with Ivanovic. Only as far as Qual, who may be playing his first game with the Mariners this A-League season. But he has been in action. He scored for the young Socceroos a fantastic goal against India in Kuwait in their qualifying matches. The Joey's also qualifying always. Williams joins Silvera and Kaltak on yellow cards.
I don't think there's any question in that. Studs were raised. It's just gone a bit flat for Perth since they've gone ahead, hasn't it? They've gone ahead and subconsciously have gone, well, let's just hold on to that now. They were looking very promising early in the second half.
Ballard for Farrell, the cutback. Cummings, the toe poke through the legs. And it's deflected out for a corner.
Well, it was a great idea there from Cummings, wasn't it? It was probably his only option. But he's in front. It was great work again from Farrell. You see there, he just sees the open legs of Latchman and thinks, well, if I just poke it through there, it's a goal.
Ball in, headed away by Beavers. And it's another corner. Latchman, Azubel back doing the defending under pressure from Garan Qual. Marco Tullio, the Brazilian again. Here he delivers. Azubel at the near post with the header away. Tullio. Back in, it's a good ball. He's joined Moresh. Kelechi John with Nisbet. Just the one goal for him in his career as well, as it's over the top for Aquilina, who gets there, the slip at the back. And Garang Qual couldn't get there, and then nobody attacking the ball again for the Mariners. Well, there was a referee stops play just to have a look at that.
It was a calamity of errors there, wasn't it? I don't think anyone's real clear on what happened. As it got through here, it looked like Latchman was going to do enough, but then there's a slip from Katrumbas, a bad touch from Williams.
Ivanovic. Still going, Ivanovic. Oh, and Kelechi is going to be in big trouble here as well. Out comes the yellow, and he knows it. Well, he wasn't last defender, but that's a wild lunge, and if that studs on the knee of Ivanovic, well, he may just have pulled out of it at the last minute. But
well, it's agricultural to say the least, isn't it?
Kaltak not happy. Triantis adding a little bit of pace to the ball as it zips across the surface. Now Nisbet. Nisbet still going. Challenged by McAneff. Corner, another corner. Number 7 for the Mariners. Marco Tullio to take rather. Nisbet's there. In it comes, it's a good ball. Triantis was leaping at the near post. Aquilina. Back out, Nisbet wants it, he'll run onto it. Takes a moment too long. Then Khalifi got a touch on the cross. Tullio again. Nice skills, can he get the ball in? He does, but only finds Ryan Williams. Aquilina now. Oh, and that cross. Oh, now Farrell. It hit the arm of Colley, I think, but it was right in front of his chest that time. We've had some questions about handballs today.
Yeah, there was much in that one. Hands down by his side. As we see the ball go to the back post. Just comes back in. It's right in front of him.
Corner's taken quickly with Qual. Oh, lovely little ball for Ballard. Nisbet across the face. Oh, they can't get the touch again. Huge chance for the Mariners.
I think it was Aquilina. I'm not too sure.
The header from Roos. Qual beaten in the air by McAneff. 90 seconds left. Nisbet. Again, just one touch too many.
Well, they're pressing, aren't they? It was Triantis, I think, with the opportunity. Looked like an open goal.
I think it was Triantis who just didn't seem to react. Here's Qual. Williams coming inside the 10 just to wind down the clock again. They're under pressure, Perth. They're hanging on. And they will hang on for dear life here. Qual, Vukovic is forward. Kaltak with the spectacular. Farrell back in. Bodnar's header is not good. It's still alive. Marco Tullio gets there. Can he do anything with it though? Katrumbas gets it clear. Khalifi dispossessed. Aquilina's cross back in. Nisbet, the smallest man on the pitch, trying to rise at the back post, but it's still alive. Nisbet again. Qual there for the striking. And now Roos. And Perth hack the ball away. One last throw of the dice for the Central Coast Mariners. Roos' cross towards Kaltak. Cleared. Vukovic. Is this the moment? It goes long. Helped on by Triantis. Cummings is in there. So is Qual. Triantis again. Nisbet. How much longer will the referee allow play to continue? Not any longer. It's all over. And on a tumultuous day for Perth Glory, off the pitch, they have emerged covered in glory on it. A first win of the season for Ruben Zankovic's men. It didn't come easy. They had to dig deep against a fast-finishing Mariners in those final moments. Sammy Silvera had fired the home side in front midway through that first half. Crucial goal just before the break from Gio Colley, before Aaron McAneff, with his second in as many weeks, delivering the 3 points to the Glory. It's finished here on the coast. Mariners 1, Perth Glory 2.